show you, yes, you, my beloved viewers. Thank you so much for logging on during this beautiful weekend. I hope it is just as epic for you as it is for me and everyone that I have the privilege to serve. First off, let me know if you hear me in the chat session. Pound the 9 if you hear me. Just go ahead and type a 9 real quick, because last time I spoke for about 30 minutes. Hey, Taisha. Encarnacion, do you hear me? Go ahead and type a 9 in the chat if you hear me. Let me know. Shout me out. I just want to know whether you hear me so I can keep on going. I don't want to start talking. There it is. Joshua Blanco. Thank you. Maria. Joshua Blanco. Thank you so much. And I used the 9. Watch this video until the end so I can tell you why. All right. In this video, I will show you, yes, you, my beloved viewers, Joshua Blanco, Maria Lugo, DH, Sigrid Harris, Alfia Collins, TNT, Taisha, Encarnacion. May God bless you and your loved ones wherever you find yourself today on this beautiful Sunday. Grant opportunities of $10,000, $5,000 with applications that you can fill out in less than 30 minutes, as long as you've been watching my videos until the end. If not, watch this video until the end and click the subscribe button and click the bell notification to stay on top of every grant and capital raising opportunity that I encounter. First up, the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready Grant. It is on and popping once again. And if you watched my previous video on previous rounds of this opportunity, you were able to take courses that helped you on winning contracts, on finding your fit to satisfy the market with the right product, how to spread the digital world, communication strategy, because typically when you have a problem with not generating enough money for you to provide for your loved ones, it's because you've got a communication problem. A number of you say, oh, I've got a grant problem. I can't find a grant. That's why I can't start. It's a communication problem, because you can start flipping products or services right now, and you can start generating revenue right now. Grants, a number of gatekeepers, as you very well know. Anyway, I'll just drop the science on this. You simply have to take a couple of these courses. If I'm not mistaken, it's 2 courses you take. Watch my previous videos. Go through the library and of our videos on youtube.com/@RodSquad, and you'll find the Verizon Business Digital Ready Grant, where I actually go through the courses that I completed, or that show that are completed on this page right here, so you can respond to the questions if you want to do that, or just take the course. It'll take you less than half an hour, and you qualify to apply for this opportunity. And let me just drop what I told you about last week during our live sessions, that I held the very first Grants for Everyone, Funding for Everyone Q&A workshop live last week on October 13th. And guess what? I'm dropping another session this week right here. In 4 days, 20 hours, that's when we close shop on tickets, October 20th, 3:30 p.m. EST. As you may already know, for those of you who have been watching me, thank you so much for your viewership and support. I told you about the last session, and I told you about the ebook that I dropped, Grants for Everyone Secrets, that cost $17 less than a cheese pizza, and we had an epic event. I actually stayed on for a little over 2 hours, and I responded to everybody's questions. We kept a nicely tightly knit group, so I was able to get very specific and communicate and present opportunities to apply for grants that administrators specifically suited for attendees of the events, and ways to raise capital as quickly as possible so you can start getting paid while you are applying for grants, if that's what you want to do. We got down to the brass tacks. It was epic. I told everyone, listen, these are the opportunities based on location, based on your capability. And listen, our viewers, my beloved viewers, people just like you, were able to draw the value for which they paid. In other words, the $47 in value in marketing tactical strategy. They were able to draw 2 times an order of magnitude of the value. In other words, for less than taking your significant other, your loved one, to watch the flicks, in non-New York terms, to go to the movies, including popcorn and some Twizzlers, of course. Can't go without that. Perhaps some Skittles. You can get all of this information and you are getting 20 times the value, at least, in marketing and business operational strategy. So let me hit the Q&A and let's see what we got. Love you, brother. Love you too, DH. May God bless you and your fam. Thank you so much, Taish. I greatly appreciate it. Encarnación is in Spanish, so if you speak Spanish, que Dios te bendiga también. Gracias. Thank you, Rod. Thanks, bro. Yes, I want to travel. Oh, Las Vegas says hello. Hey, what's up? What's up, Kyle? You always in Vegas. What goes there stays there, except not for you, because you all over the place, baby. My man. All right, let me see. I know, all right, Maria, if I'm not mistaken, told me that she had a question. I hear you now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Did you drop the question, Maria? First come, first serve. I got the email you sent. I have a question. Drop your questions. All right, well, Sherry has the first question. I need assistance starting with vans and cargo vans to make deliveries. I like to get 5 vehicles. I already know where I can get the items to be delivered. I drove 18-wheelers for 10 years. Oh, I'm a fellow CDL Class A driver. I had to surrender it because I started speeding, but not in those. I never got a job doing it because at this particular juncture, I'm part robot. You probably heard me say that. I've got Ethernet cables running through my veins with all the technological training that I've undergone. So anyway, I just performed a quick search, just like the searches that I teach you to execute on our Grants for Everyone ebook. And I performed a quick search, grants for wheelchair accessible vans in North Carolina. And this was less than a minute. Disability grants can come from many places for persons with disabilities. Okay. You require financial assistance. Well, this is so you can perform this service. So this is not significant to you. I posted this without using any of my God-given filters. So let's go ahead and just keep querying. You do, not North Carolina. Where are you located, Sherry? Shout me out. Drop it in the comment section so I could get as granular as possible. So cargo vans, grants to buy cargo vans, right? I actually saw something like this. As a matter of fact, it may be on the Grants for Everyone spreadsheet. While this loads up, let me see, U.S. Department of Defense, cargo van financing guaranteed. So you have one organization right here, 7 trucking grants that can help you start, okay? So you got the U.S. Department of Transportation provides grants to help build up and maintain a fast, safe, efficient, accessible, and convenient transportation system for the American people today and into the future. Navigator. So I mentioned this, actually, I found this the other day. So you go to transportation.gov and you call these people. This is a government agency. So they are paid, the staff that is employed by this agency is paid to give you instructions on how to navigate this site and find the information that you need. So go ahead and put those government dollars for which you pay through taxes and through all the effort that you've put into this country, absolutely. So, and give them a call or take a look at this particular page right here. It's a government agency. As you very well know, there are several agencies that they focus on administering grants, cargo van financing, guaranteed, no inquiry. So this is financing. 7 trucking grants that can help you start a trucking company right here. Look, SBA, the 8A Business Development Program, the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest, the NACE Growth Grants, Veteran-Owned Business Opportunities, USDA Rural Business Enterprise Grants, School Grants, NAV Small Business Grant. Now, again, like I was telling people, I always tell people, you don't start a small business to qualify for grants. You start it to sell something. So I actually stumbled across a study, Stanford University. I'm not sure if it was a study. All I know that somebody reported it somewhere. They had a classroom start a business. They said, listen, you're going to start a fiction, it wasn't even fictional. I was about to say fictional, but actually they did actually start a business because they made money off of this thing. You're going to start a business. We're going to give each and every one of you $5, right? Typically the students would use the $5 to get lemons and sugar and supplies to start small businesses, and they made a couple of bucks doing that, right? They probably posted in front of a supermarket selling some candy or water, buying that at a fraction of a dollar, and then selling that by an order of magnitude or by half an order of magnitude. And they made some money. But the people that made the most money were those that completely ignored using the $5. For instance, one group, what they did was they didn't use the $5, but they saw the value in the 3-minute presentation that they would expose for the entire class of Stanford students. And, there are organizations that want to reach out. When I was going to NYU, Starbucks used to give out free coffee. And I used to take them, whatever, because they're marketing to us because they know that we have discretionary income. We got to have some type of money, whether we work, whether we've got parents paying for us. I was working at the time. I was ready for dolo. So he sold, the groups one of the groups actually sold the 3-minute slot that gave organizations an opportunity to pitch before the entire class, right? And that one group made $650, and they didn't use that $5. So you do not need money to start a business. Matter of fact, the biggest organizations on the planet have been started with zero money. If I'm not mistaken, well, I think Elon, that's not a good example because Elon Musk got like 20 racks, I believe, from his parents, if I'm not mistaken. But me, all right, I'll just give you my example. I started my business with zero money. I simply developed the skills in order to provide a service to people. So you could perform this service, Sherry, already for people out there if you just get a hold of, cargo vans. If you're just doing cargo work, if I'm not mistaken, vans and cargo, you could rent them out and then start to perform this service. And listen, on Friday, you're in because you already paid for your ticket last week, and we'll get deeper into this, and we can go ahead and be able to speak about it more in depth, and we could go ahead and do it. And we'll find a way, definitely, to find you grant opportunities and ways so you can start to put money in your pocket right now. Okay, so who else? I know Maria had a question. I don't want to fly by you. Let me see. LOS. Salute from Memphis. Thank you, Anthony. Salute. Salute from the Southeast right here. Okay, let me see. Drop your questions. Where's Maria? Maria didn't drop the question. Well, shout me out whenever, Maria. You posted your 9, but let's go and give me your question so I could give it to you. Anybody else have any questions? Go ahead and drop it right here. I'm not sure if my daughter... Okay, here it goes. I'm not sure if my daughter has a business, but she is trying to sell journals on Amazon. Are those journals that I spoke about some videos back where you made a low content journal? So you can create a journal, you post lines on it, and I actually have a template for that. And I believe it's on the spreadsheets. It's somewhere on the spreadsheet. As a matter of fact, I'll show you because this is pertinent to the question. Okay, Bronx, baby. I did an internship over there. I lived out there on and off. My first job was in the BX by Webster Avenue off of 175, Bravo Supermarket. Last time I went, actually, I'm not sure if it was last year, it was still there. Anyway, let me not digress too much. I'm not sure if my daughter has a business, but she is trying to sell journals on Amazon. I live off SSD, and I wanted to know if there are any grants for me. I'm also interested in real estate. The beauty about real estate, that's right up my alley because I actually coached this one guy who had $0 to invest, and he came out of jail with 12 felony counts on his jacket. He cleared $300,000 in 2022. Facts. After I coached this dude. And he felt he had his back against the wall. He invested in real estate zero. Now he owns a bank. Now, not like a bank in operation, but a location that used to be a bank. So now he owns all these assets inside. He's fixing it up. And he was able to do that by wholesaling real estate. What you do when you wholesale real estate is you find dilapidated properties or properties that you can get at this cost, and then once an investor fixes it up, it'll be this cost. So if you buy a property for $10,000, if someone owes $10,000 or whatever the case may be, and you pay that debt off, and now you take ownership of the property, you sell that to an investor for $50,000, you just make $40,000. Sometimes in a month, I'm not gonna tell you. Some people it takes a few months to get their first deals in. Some people do it in their first month. But 40 grand in a month, and you get better and better at this. So I'm looking to incorporate some of these systems so you can identify those opportunities. But yeah, with real estate, I mean, that's where it's at. You got dilapidated properties. And of course, once you start getting a groove, that's when you can start to look at the grant opportunities. That's what I'm telling people. I'm advocating, because you got to understand, when you start a small business, our whole purpose, at least my purpose, was to eliminate and slash the gatekeepers. When we were applying for jobs, Mickey D's and all, well, I never applied for a job at Mickey D's. I was a mail handler and I sold Avon lipstick. I mean, Avon lipstick, I didn't get micromanaged. I got micromanaged. Oh, I used to take orders for pizza, and pizza was like my first job. So while I'm doing these jobs, I mean, you got to look, and even, I mean, I did an SEO job, which is internet marketing. You have all these gatekeepers. You have to sell your idea, your plans, and your proposals to one person or a select few amount of people that decide whether they're going to hire you and give you a paycheck and make you just over broke. We got into business to eliminate that. Even professional athletes, they get into business. If I'm not mistaken, it's Jimmy Butler. During the pandemic, he started a coffee business because they were out in the telly and they couldn't find anything because you couldn't go to any restaurants, and he was making coffee. He brought his $2,500 coffee machine. He was making coffee for himself and the rest of the place. He was charging them $20 for each cup. Now he's got like a $20 million business or whatever the case. And look, and he's already clocking paper. So even athletes are looking to eliminate these gatekeepers where no one's trying to censor them. That's what we have to do in order to find financial freedom, to set foot. And that is my objective, which is why I have dropped these opportunities with the workshop and the ebook. Because, listen, it's not because I'm money hungry or anything to that effect. It's because, listen, those funds, which again, $47, less than a Five Guys burger run for 4 people, will allow me to make this sustainable. Every project, for instance, a lot of people, they want to start nonprofits. Start a for-profit first, and you can shovel that money anywhere you want it to fund whatever dream project. Make it a means to your end. And it's not, look, you go through all these steps to apply for these grants, the same amount of effort or even less effort will take you to just sell whatever it is you need to sell. You want to sell used items on eBay or put together offers where people are making millions of dollars a day. Pitching offers where you have an expertise in something and you can sell it right on the web. So I'm getting into that. I want to ensure that each and every one of you is equipped with tactics to be able to build your communities. So you have a group of people to whom you can communicate, because you don't have a grant funding or a loan funding problem, you've got a communication problem. As long as you communicate on a regular basis, you will have a tribe of people to whom you can communicate and help. As long as you do it, always abiding to the truth, which brings us to that number 9, like I told you, because every number, once you calculate it, it goes back to the number 9. And I'll show you, just drop your age in the chat section. I'll show you how it goes back to 9. And then I'll talk about other things, because 9 represents the truth. And as long as you understand the truth, you will always succeed. The truth is God, and trust me, if you think that you are anything less, you were made in His image. So don't think that you're better than God. You can do anything that you need to accomplish. So, all right, so even if you're SSD, I know that there are people that they stop taking disability because they start making so much money in real estate. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking for real estate. By the way, Maria, where are you located? Where are you located? Let me know so I could get a little more granular with you. And with real estate, I mean, you could start off with buying a house like through an FHA, if I'm not mistaken. FHA with down payment, free, down payment grants, where you only have to put down like 3% and get a property that is typically sometimes referred to as like a wedge deal, where, like I said, you can buy the property, you could fix it up with some minor improvements, and then you can rent that thing out, and then you can just start building your asset class. My cousin did it. He's got like $1 million portfolio out of New York City and Philadelphia. So it's more than $1 million now, actually, because he fixed up his house. So it's nuts. I mean, and he started, I think he was buying houses for like $50,000, $60,000, and he was only putting a fraction of that down to get in, maybe a couple of $1,000s. I think he got into one for like $3,000 or whatever the case. And that's just one way to swing it. Even with $0, you can get down. But look, housing grants right here. In North Carolina, let me know where you're at, Maria. Community housing grants right here. Look, commerce and see. And what I'm going to do is what I locate here, I'll go ahead and drop in the locals tab of our spreadsheet that you can access by visiting bit.ly/NeilRod. And just leave your email address, leave your name, and I, as always, still give out the spreadsheet for free. And that's going to stay that way. Again, where I put my time down, because listen, I charge $25,000 for an hour consultation, but I have slashed my numbers considerably, and as we are performing these workshops where I can get people in a group, then I could justify doing what I'm doing, because I know that eventually it's turning into a sustainable system that will allow all of us to obtain the financial freedom that we seek to provide for our families, our loved ones, and the people for whom we are responsible. So let me just take a look at Maria real quick. Otherwise, we'll keep going. All right. Is there a way to assistance grants for inventions? Let me see. Hold on. Let me just, Daisy, I got you. Let me just go up. I want to take every question in order. Okay, I'm not sure if my daughter has a business. And just to answer your question, Maria, if your daughter is generating non-W-2 filed income, which it sounds like she is doing, then yes, that's basically a business. And if you're talking about the journals, I could just, let me see. I partner with an organization. I forgot the name of it right now. Let me see. Journal. Hold on, let me see. I told you about it several videos ago. I mean, there it goes. Book Bolt right here. Passive income. Book Bolt. So I've got right here. If you visit the passive income page, I don't know if you know about this. So I dropped a video, a number of videos back, hit my library to go ahead and find it out. I think it's the headline is something to the effect of $4,500 a month or whatever. And basically I show you the template. I put this thing together. I think it was less than an hour's time. Look, so I did this with Google Slides for free, right? And this was like it's called the Bad Hair Day Journal. And do I have the cover over here? I created the cover. I show you how to do it on that video. And I partnered with them. So if you buy a subscription to Book Bolt, which you may want to use it, well, I don't even think it works anymore, because I don't see my affiliate. Maybe it just redirects and then it credits me. It doesn't matter whether it credits me. I mean, feel free to go ahead and use this application, because what it does, it gives you I'm not even showing you. I'm sorry. Look right here. My apologies. This is the journal that I created on the video, right? I created a journal, one of these low content journals. Some of like $7. I haven't made any money off of this because I haven't put any effort to it. I just wanted to show you because this organization partnered with me. I'm not sure whether I'm partnered with them still, because this link doesn't go to an affiliate. So I'm not sure whether I'm partnered with them, but this gives you information on what type of demand there is for a particular journal. So a topic for a journal, for a low content journal. So you can go ahead and visit those pages and see how that helps you out, and that video. Just look up 4,500. If I've got a little more time, I'm actually almost at the 30-minute mark, but let me just go ahead and get to a few more people. And let me see. Much love and respect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daisy. The BX, again, my first job was over Bravo Supermarket. I was stock boy, cashier, the biggest slice on the planet Eater, slices out in the BX, right next to the Cross Bronx. They're like this big, greasy. Let me see, is there, and I had, and that was actually some of my first businesses, because I was cutting the dope head's hair in the basement. I was selling electronics as well, it was mostly that. So I was cutting the Dominicans' hair. They had this haircut, which was basically a mullet called a Kelly. So they just shaved this part right here and left the fro on and popping, whatever, I'll do whatever they pay me $7 for at that time. I was like 16. Is there a way to get assistance for grants for inventions? Oh, no, absolutely. Actually, inventions, that's right up the alley of a very popular program that America's Seed Fund, okay? Get your high-tech innovation funding. The federal government distributes up to, let me see, I don't want to log out. Let me just refresh this so I can show this one more time. Gives you up to $2 million in funding. They don't take any equity for this, and you don't have to have a business. You simply have to have technically rather, innovative idea. Some of the things that have been innovated through these programs that have launched, the internet, MRI, I believe tissue grafting, like the technology that helps burn victims, Xerox, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all kinds of innovative applications, even gaming platforms have been funded through this program. The federal government, what I hear, it's a great program. I haven't gone through it myself, but the beauty of it is you don't even need the business organized. You just have to have your idea itemized and structured to the point where you know what are the talents of the people, or the talents, that comes cheap, the skills and capabilities of the team with whom you are working, and put together what's called the pitch. That's your idea. You submit the pitch, and if they take it to the next round, I've spoken with a few people on chat who are viewers of this channel who went to the second round. They haven't informed me whether they won the grant, but however, one viewer reported to me that she won $120,000 in federal grant money. Not through this program, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe, perhaps. But $120,000 through the programs that I have shared on this channel. But again, while you're getting these grants, applications submitted, start generating that revenue, because then you even better qualify for these grants. And I'm fully capable, look, to tell you about this stuff. I worked with the 2012 Barack Obama presidential campaign. I helped the first black president get reelected. And this is right here, all documented on Forbes right here. How social media got me developing from Michelle Obama. This is when I worked with the Huff Post. All kinds of publicity. This was a PBS, public broadcasting. Remember Sesame Street? I was an operator on this particular platform as well. Help market these platforms, AOL, the Nielsen Company, you name it. So go ahead, hop on a ticket. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You will get at least 20 times the value of what you put in. Like I said, less than taking your significant other out to watch a flick or whatever it is that you could do for 47. Trust me, I've done a lot worse things with 47 bucks that have not resulted in anything, whereas this will give you value in marketing strategy, business operational strategy, capital raising strategy. You'll come out a different person. Is there a way to get assistance for grants for invention? Okay, so that one, America's Seed Fund, that's one. And like, again, just take a look at, pitch contests. These are the pitch competitions. I teach you how to perform these queries more specifically on our ebook, The Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked. And of course, I respond to questions directly with responses and strategies that are best suited for your organization. So take a look. Just perform this query, I'll tell you. And then you could add like your location, your occupation. This is where you get money for these inventions. You pitch. And this has a higher probability of success than grants. A number of these grants, especially the nationwide grants, they have less than a 10% chance of you winning them, because there are tens of thousands, 100,000, there's a number of people applying for these things, and only a select few actually win. On the Q&A, the live workshop, I am going to show you how professional grant writers and nonprofits and all of these organizations, they look and find opportunities that have at least a 20% chance of you winning them, because at least 20% of the applicants win a grant. They get funded. So I'm going to show you a way how to do that. That's, again, this Friday at 3:30. We can, again, I've got the Verizon Business Digital Ready grant. Let me take a look at the next question real quick. Hold on. Daisy Duke, Arizona. Just add Arizona then to your query, Daisy. So you look for grants for inventions. Just go Arizona pitch competitions, right? Bang, pitch competitions, Arizona. And that's just one way to do it. And then, of course, go to, like I said, the American Seed Fund. Contact organizations such as the small business development centers in your area, and all of the other organizations that I list on our spreadsheet, where I list links to these resources, such as on the Small Business Resources tab right here. Okay? And look, just using those techniques that I teach on the Grants for Everyone Secrets ebook, I found stuff like this, and I'll be listing these opportunities, whether they're relevant to you or not, on the locals tab. Port St. Lucie, small business grants. Look, 23 right here. The city is partnership with the Florida Business Development Center. You see the small business development will launch a new small business grant program. That's one in Cityport in Florida. Learn to write grants for small business at this 4-day workshop. Look, free education. I'll drop this on the free education tab. ERDA, offering grants for building businesses. That's actually a word that people use out in Colombia. And like, oh, snap. Okay, we'll award $5,000 grants to 6 local businesses that meet the qualifications. And we have more right here. I'll list these on the locals tab. Let's see, what else we got? We're actually past our time, but I'll keep on moving forward as long as you got, let me see. As long as we got a little more momentum. I got to go in a few. I may have a hard stop promptly. They'll notify me. All right, let me see. What's good, Neil, from Miami? There you go. Miami in the Hitty. I actually got a spot. Well, I had a spot out in Kendall. Grants for property management. Sorry if you went over this already. Property management, okay. Let me see. Let me just make sure. 39 disabled U.S. Army vet. Hey, Joshua. Let me see. My friend wants to know if there are grants that a card game because they get, I believe most grants don't take him seriously because they think it's just a card game, but rather it's dating card game. So it's like an application, papas. Need to start grants for courier service. How did you coach someone fresh out of jail with no money? Well, no, I was coaching them before that, and then I followed up with them. Can a business really be started with $0 down? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm telling you. I mean, absolutely. You simply have to have the idea. And of course, if you need funding, sometimes you go out to people that can lend you some money. Like I said, if you read in the Bible, even there was if I'm not mistaken, it's Kings, where there's this widow, she's crying because she owes all this money. She's got all these debtors behind her. And back in those days, they used to take your kids, and if you didn't pay your debts, and they'd be slaves of the person that was lending you money or whatever they lent you. They lend you a goat. All right, now I own your kid. And she's crying to one of God's servants, and he says, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you want to do? What do you think you could do? She didn't come up with anything. He said, what do you have here in the house? She said, all I have is some oil. Go and borrow some vases or some containers. Go ahead and put all that oil in there and start selling them. You'll make profit to pay off your debt and also to provide for your kids. I mean, in the simplest terms, I don't do this because, I do it sometimes just for sport, for the hell of it. The only thing I got other projects that generate more revenue. I do internet marketing, all this other stuff. But you could take used items that you have in your home. I mean, I was going to throw out one time, like I said, an old AirPod. And I noticed I can get $50 for it on the internet. I waited like 2 years to sell it, and I got $20 because I waited too long. AirPod Generation 1. For just one AirPod. You know, otherwise I would have thrown it. Like I buy my IKEA furniture, I always get 50%. All right, let me just go through these questions real quick. The BX, okay, need a grant from my resale company. What kind of resale company? XRP Flea. Is there a way to get assistance? Grants from, okay, we covered that. Let me know what kind of resale company. XRP, let's go back. And just got in. Left the question. NYC in the house. NYC in the Hitty, Chanel. Thank you. In the building as usual. Senior grants and simple business start grants template. Senior grants. So grants for seniors. Well, let me see. Grants for seniors. I'm an NC right now, so I get all an NC. So I mean, you'll get results for grants in your state. So that's what you want to look. But this is nationwide right here. Single family housing repair loans and grants in your area. This is North Carolina because I am in North Carolina, Jordan country. Excuse me. Where is the spreadsheet? Where you at, my friend? Here you go. Our trusty friend, through which a number of viewers have won millions of dollars in funding. Seniors. So I have a tab for seniors right here. So this may be related to people that are disabled, financial assistance and support services, people with disabilities, Wells Fargo scholarship for disabled, home repair, if you need to have an accessible home, perhaps with an elevator for your wheelchair, whatever it is you need. Right here, Assistive Technologies. I've got a number of resources right here that you can access. Find aging resources in your area for seniors. And a business really be started with absolutely. Like I said, I learned how to market magazines online through a free blog, Daisy, and I learned how to do that through social media, through a platform called Dig back in the day. This was a free blog. I used that to market my first client. I offered a trip on a private jet to a presidential candidate called Ron Paul, a Republican, that the internet was supporting. Like, I always lean, and this is something I'll get deeper into when we launch the live on October 20th. Lean into the bias. So I basically, everyone was behind Ron Paul, so I offered him a free trip on a private jet. He wasn't flying privately. I was representing a private jet organization. And that was after me learning how to use these social platforms, right? Then I used that to market some of the biggest magazines on the planet, namely Adweek, Billboard. You heard of Billboard, you know, Michael Jackson used to always top the billboards, and the Hollywood Reporter, major magazines, through these skills driving millions, I'm talking about tens of millions of unique visitors to these platforms through a skill that I learned for free. That is always why I continually reiterate that this tab right here, the free education tab, is the most powerful tab on the spreadsheet, because you can learn all kinds of things. You could learn how to do Google Ads. You know, you can learn how to do search engine optimization, which is the practice of you configuring websites. So just learn a little bit, because you don't have to do the work. You can then hop on a platform like Fiverr.com, and right here you could find people to do search engine optimization. So if you could get someone to hire you for $1,000, you could pay someone to do SEO for like $100, and you're getting a good person, someone that's really qualified. $50 to get you started. You know, there's a number of things. I mean, it's out of the scope of this particular production right now live, but look, Reddit Big SEO, where people on Reddit, they share their case studies. It's all through skill. You find the opportunity. I mean, you don't need money absolutely to start a business, start a multi-million-dollar business. Absolutely not. How did you coach someone fresh out of jail? So like I told you, I was coaching them beforehand and got into some trouble. Need startup grants for courier service. We touched on that. Start with DOT.gov. They've got that. Let me see. What's it called again? Here it is. The U.S. Department of Transportation. Again, sign up for the ticket. Hop on it for Friday, and we'll definitely get deeper into this. But this is one way. U.S. Department of Transportation, courier service grant. You gotta also think about, you gotta expand your mind. What do you need? You need a car. What is it you need? And then you query for that. Everything you need to know about grant funding. So this is one. Grant is cash, okay? Local courier service, financing. A lot is in financing. And listen, if you got to do financing, you do whatever it takes by all means necessary. Just like the Malcolm X t-shirt, right? New book, Dream Business. Let me see. Is this, what is this? There was a grant. I'm not sure if it's still around anymore, where, let me see, drivers, where they gave you, there was a grant for you to do Turo, if I'm not mistaken. Grant for Turo. So it's grant for Turo, if I'm not mistaken. Right here. The Turo, so those of you asking questions about needing vehicles, take the wheel of your financial future. Apply to become a Turo Seed host. A Turo Seed that provides up to $1 million of funding to give a boost to entrepreneurs interested in building their own car businesses on Turo. This is to rent cars, but you look somewhere related, and with a couple of queries, you'll definitely find opportunities that are best suited for you, which is what the ebook teaches and what I'll be showing you this Friday. Exactly, find opportunities that are best suited for your organization. Okay, no money to pay you for the coaching. Was it a family member? Yes, you are a blessing. My friend wants to know if there are any grants that a card game Buzz can get it. I believe most grants don't take him seriously because they think it's just a card game. My friend wants to know if there are any grants that a card game. So Papas, this is like an application. So if it's an application, you may go for the America's Seed Fund. If it's a card game, it's something innovative, and you want to go for pitch competitions. You want to go for pitch competitions because it's technologically innovative. So if it's something that is just changing the entire landscape of dating and it's making it more efficient and saving people time, because listen, time is more valuable than money. So if you are cutting people's time, that's why I charge for instance, these live events, because I'm cutting people's time. Understand? And your time is more valuable than anything. They T-boned me the other day. I was driving 5 miles an hour, and this lady, she ran the red light. She took my car out, and they had to rescue me with the jaws of life out of the vehicle. Got banged up, shoulders, knees, or whatever. Didn't have time for therapy because then my wife had a surgical procedure. I mean, so you don't know how much time you have left. So if you could cut somebody's time, you can just give them more value than the money that they are paying you. Yes, can attend a summit on Zoom. Yeah, the summit is on Zoom, and I'll drop the link to register right here. Boom. 39 disabled U.S. Army veteran. Joshua, thank you for your service. We actually have, and you know, of course, in my heart, I was a Navy veteran. I am a Navy veteran. I mean, I was Navy active military. I have a tab labeled veterans, and I have all of these. If you don't have a no-fee bank account with Chase, you may want to explore doing it. When I came to the Southeast, they didn't want to do it for me, but in New York, they did it for me. I don't know why they don't do it. I'm not sure whether they do it nationwide. That's probably why. But if you are in New York, then they will open a non-fee. In other words, you get cashier's checks for free. You get money orders for free. They don't charge you any fees. So it's the bomb. And all of these other resources right here. Become a beach business coach for free. Let me see if this thing is still active. This is kind of old. But you may want to take a look. They teach you how to be a trainer. Prescription discounts for veterans through Veteran RX. Free access to national parks for veterans. DAV. I know a few people that got assistance through DAV. Street shares. And I don't know if you saw when Combat Craig was on the channel. Combat Craig, you probably heard of him. That's my peoples. And yeah, so we got a video where you can get a little closer to 100% disability. Now, like going back to the number 9, like I told you, every single number goes back to the number 9, which is, I'm going to tell you this, why I'm going to bring this up. So for instance, Sigrid Harris said that she's 71. So you add 7 plus 1 is 8. So 71 minus 8 is 63. And then 6 plus 3 is 9. It always goes back to 9. You see that? 5 plus 5 is 10. 55 minus 10 is 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. If you think about it, everything revolves around the number 9, right? Reportedly, there are 9 planets. Some people say there are 8 planets. 9 planets. It takes 9 months for an embryo to turn into a baby and be born, right? Everything. In the Hebrew language, 9 represents truth. And I aim to get you as close to the truth as possible, which keeps moving. It keeps evolving, right? What was true yesterday may not be true today, because you don't have to send messages through courier pigeons anymore. Now we got texts, right? And we got WhatsApp, and we got YouTube, and all of these tools and applications. So having the only way to send a message using a telegram, that's not true anymore. We have a new truth. It's always evolving. So I stay on top of what is true, what actually works, concrete, tactical business and marketing strategy, so you can raise the capital you require to become anything you want to be, to serve anyone you want to serve. So big facts. Thank you, Numu. Grants for property. Let me see. Grants for property management. Grants for property management. That's typically I'm not sure why you would need property management grants, but community housing grants. This is just, if you look in your area, just add your area to it. You'll be able to find it. So HUD program offices. Search for grants on grants.gov. HUD, register for grants, obtain a DUNS number, register through SAM. So this is housing type grants through the Housing and Urban Development. There's also a website where you can find properties. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing it. Right here, HUD. And this is the query that I performed to find this, to locate. Grants for property management, right? And there are this agency, they sell homes that I believe have been foreclosed. They're HUD properties. I forgot the entire process of it. And you can get properties for pennies on the dollar. You may have heard of also buying tax lien properties. You can get, I think that's how that's how the person with whom that I coached, he got this bank or bank location where he has a safe in there, all kinds of stuff that he can sell for, I mean, tens of thousands of dollars, and makes the property worth, I think, like 200,000 right now. He got it for like 20 grand off of someone that bought it off a tax lien for a couple of grand. So that's just one way to swing it. Thank you. Come on to Las Vegas. Will do. Will do. As soon as I get through all these health issues, we're there. Great Thank you. No limit. Where would I go to fund my virtual call center? Now, you want to do a virtual call center? Do you want to hire people overseas? Right now, where my family's from in Colombia, I mean, I was trying to put something like this together, but you can only do so much, right? A virtual call center, wherever it is. I mean, I don't know if you're from here or if you have family in a third world country, in a developing country, you could put those things together. I mean, you could start with 1 or 2 people, paying them like, I mean, for instance, in Colombia, you could pay someone that knows how to speak English, well paid as well. You're not exploiting them. If you're paying $600, that's twice as much as minimum wage out there, and they could live well with that amount of money, and they'll work for you all month for that amount of money. And you can build a team. You can start with 1 person and you start building it out. So virtual call center, or just look up virtual call center. I've gone above the time limit, but let me just keep swinging it. You keep on hitting me. So, and it's Sunday, whatever. I just joining your live. I'm interested in applying for a grant. Is your guidance on applying for a grant affordable so this process can be simplified? Well, listen, if you're looking for something free, I'm always providing information on our channel, Rashana. So feel free to keep visiting us. Click the subscribe button, click the bell notification, stay on top. And I'm always fine. So today's opportunity, I think it didn't log me out. This is the Verizon Small Business Digital Ready. This is a nationwide program. Now, I am selling an ebook that teaches you how to execute search queries and how to find grants where the administrators of the programs better specify, or rather target people in your occupation, in your situation, that operate the type of business or project that you are managing, because you learn how to perform these queries, how to execute them on Google, how to jump on the phone, and I give you other techniques that follow up. And that's like $17, less than a New York cheese pizza. And like I said, if you look through the library of videos, I have shared a number of grant opportunities where a proportion of you have been able to win millions of dollars in grant funding. I'm not even exaggerating. Those of you who have been with me from the jump since 2020, you know, PPP, EIDL, we were on it since the declaration of emergency by the president, and I just keep on sharing. Look, this is nationwide. All you got to do is take a couple of classes, and then you could apply for a $10,000 grant through Verizon. And then other opportunities right here. $500,000 in grant funding available to Michigan small businesses. These are just grant opportunities that through the queries that I teach pop up on my radar, and I've shared those on the local tab of our spreadsheet that you can access by visiting bit.ly/NeilRod. And right here, you can subscribe free to get these free materials. This is for free right here, okay? Now, if you want to attend our exclusive live workshop in 4 days, 20 hours, 10 minutes, and 22 seconds, then $47. For less than it takes for you to take a kid or your significant other to the movies, you can hop on it and we can get very specific. It's on for 2 hours. We typically always go over. I want to ensure that I help you find the best suited opportunities to raise capital, through grants, through marketing, whatever. Do you have a better chance of getting a locally funded grant in your Yes, absolutely. So you look up for grants in Miami. Like there was a grant opportunity right here. Like there was a Miami food truck grant. I'm not sure if they have it anymore. But yeah, definitely, because there's less people against whom you are competing. Because it's a smaller area as opposed to applying for a grant where people nationwide are applying. If it's nationwide, you're potentially competing against hundreds of thousands of people because they're better funded and then they don't even award that much. They got less than a 10% chance. And on our live workshop, I'm going to show you how pros actually find grant opportunities that have a higher probability of awarding grants to you. Access to health and wellness, right here. Look, Miami Foundation. 305 Pink Pack. Provides vital direct support service to women undergoing cancer treatment in South Florida, no cost, okay. Aims to improve social for all youth families. Aqua Foundation for Women Services, the Lesbian, South. Okay, so these are grants and scholarships. Buddy System, MIA. So this is just one resource. Chainless Change. Children's Bereavement Center, Dade County Street Response. I was off of Kendall Drive. Eat Well, Exchange. Used to party up and down South Beach all the time. And I'm talking about like until 10 o'clock in the morning. Once we fought an entire gang out there, right on the strip. And then they came back with like at least 50 people. We had to leave. Like pop the Yui on this MPV. Eat Well, Exchange, and Black Girls Cook to educate and embrace the beauty of black by blending nutrition. Let me take a look at some of these because these are a lot. These are big numbers right here. Nutrition, Get to Know Us. People impacted, events hosted. Okay, so I think these are people that were awarded grants. Let me see. Donate, volunteer, kids culinary, lectures. So that's a start. Let me see. Miami. Well, I did food trucks. So just put my food grants, Miami, small business owners. Minority small business grant. So this is nationwide. I included this in the spreadsheet. Enter to win. So these are like almost lotteries real quick, but black founders, okay, this is what ways for you. I mean, I talked about this before. Some people are raising over $100,000 right here. Oh, black venture. No, I didn't even see this. This is not what I showed you. So you just pop up with stuff and you don't even, if you perform these queries that I teach you. BBVA's Wanso is the first step to help you get this 4-week hybrid and virtual program for black founders looking to bring their ideas to life. So it's schooling, business resources, and you can contact these organizations from local agencies, and they'll give you information on how to look for grants and look for funding in your area. Okay, what else we got? The link to the spreadsheet. Just go to bit.ly/Neal, Neal, Rod, R-O-D, and just subscribe for free. You get the spreadsheet. Is this recorded? Yes, it'll be live on YouTube and fully recorded. Absolutely. Detroit, Michigan in the hit. Matter of fact, there was something from Michigan right here. Hold on. Where's Michigan? Michigan. Bang, bang, bang. Right here. Eligible Michigan small businesses can purchase equipment to bolster worker safety and health. With 250 employees or fewer, can now apply for a Michigan Occupational Safety Administration. So, again, I did this through querying specifically for Michigan. Okay. Thank you. I'm NJ. Joshua. Absolutely, NJ. Yeah, Chase. Chase Bank gives you non-fee bank accounts for your business. They have a number of that's benefits because, like I said, you can get everything that they sell for free. Thank you, Mac Lover. Thank you. It's still on and pop. Yeah, Miami is off the hook. I hate the traffic, but listen, if you want to buy, someone said to buy product. Okay, grants for buying product. So grants for inventory. Grants, let me see. I mean, I guess you may need some inventory, but sometimes you can start so small. I mean, when it comes down to inventory, I mean, if I was broke as a joke, and I mean, it's like whatever. I do some like I said, take my used items. You can hit like Goodwill and then get 10 times. There's people that make $2,000 on a weekend. You know, some guy he went to like several Walmart stores in like 2 or 3 states, if I'm not mistaken, in his car all night because there was a hot Monopoly product that he could buy for $20 on Walmart, and they were selling like hotcakes on Amazon. So, I mean, you just gotta find these opportunities. You know, and you don't even really need funding for this stuff, but for inventory. Look, asset, this is in North Carolina, but you just have to look in your area. All right, last call for questions. We're about to drop this in about 5 minutes. We delivered twice the amount of time, and I actually have to get out by 6 hard stop, so shout me out. Let me see if I could just delay a couple minutes just in case what I got. Grants for homes. Okay, like I told you, person I coached, $0 investment for homes. You just got to find dilapidated properties, find the investors. You want to jump on the live on Friday? We can get deeper into that if that's one of your questions. And you got to hunt for dilapidated properties. There's a application that he's actually using right now. It's called CoStar. I mean, you got to pay for it, but you don't have to pay for it. It just takes longer. Again, you're always paying to cut your time. Are there grants invest? Well, into digital assets, I talked about the airdrops, right? There was one particular, I don't know if they're giving grants anymore, but I've gotten at least $5,000 in grants. And I told you a video about this stuff. Even if you joined Coinbase at one particular point in time through a link that I supplied, you could have gotten like $60 in free crypto. I don't know if that exists anymore, but there's a video on my channel. Where's the airdrops? These are crypto grants right here. This right here, even if they don't give you a grant, if you have a project, listen, just do some homework on learning crypto. Set up a digital asset somewhere on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever it is you're most comfortable. Learn how to market on these platforms. And this stuff is trending. People are always looking for information. They're always looking for the edge because it's not easy to do this stuff. You become the ultimate resource on having people invest in crypto. And look, and then you just put a funding round right here. This is like GoFundMe with crypto. People, they help fund. Look, there's a round right now, actually. The way that I do it, I'm not sure if it works anymore. Not financial advice, simply what I did to get about $5,000 in crypto is I donated, and I showed you on the channel. That's what I'm saying. Look through it. I'm running out of time over here, but anyway, you would donate, and then they were just giving out grants periodically. And I've got I don't even know how many wallets, but they just keep on giving me like crypto grants. I haven't even cashed this stuff. I should have cashed one because it was worth like $2,000, and I think it's not worth that much anymore because you got to sell them as soon as you get them. I mean, but that goes into a completed. But you could raise funding through something like this, Gitcoin grants. And again, you want to get deeper into that? Hit me. Whenever looking for grants, all our paywall. Not necessarily Urban Sweet Spot. This is not like, for instance, this was not paywall. You could take these courses for free, Urban Sweet Spot, and you could apply for this grant right here. Understand? Visit also your career one-stop. I'm not sure if you're in New York. Did you tell me you were in New York? I'm not sure. Or NJ? I forgot. Wherever it is you're located, career one-stop. It's sponsored by the Department of Labor. And I got a grant to get my CDL Class A, $4,000. Is LinkedIn a good place to look for? Absolutely. Drop a link for the summit, please. Thank you. Will do, DD. Would like to start farming crypto? Oh, yeah, definitely. That's good passive income. NYC, Miami, Puerto Rico, Boricua, Puñeta, al Boricua se respeta, right? Okay, cool. And they're bigger fans of old school salsa out in Barranquilla, where my family's from, than Puerto Ricans themselves. Like that old school Fania stuff, they love it. All that stuff that got it start out in the BX and the block parties or whatever, I'm going to drop bit.ly/ the link to the spot on Friday. Hop on it. NYC just joined the live. Thank you so much, Urban Sweet Spot. New York in the building. Philly in the building. I actually lived in Philly when I was in the Navy. Broad Street, South Philly in the building, right by what was called Veterans Stadium. I'm not sure what it's called anymore. Thank you for watching.